Enterprise GY likes success, so much so it's doing all it can to help us all achieve it. Here in Great Yarmouth, we're talking to business leaders, asking them for their secrets of success. Secrets learnt where it really matters, in the marketplace. The Three Sons story began in 2007 in a small office with 2 members of staff. Today, the company trades around the globe, turns over £3.5 million a year and employs 15 people. This is Graham Haken, director and founder of Three Sons.
Three Sons are service provider to the oil and gas and offshore wind power industries. Really came from my background as an engineer. Started off as a craft trainee in the REME in the army, followed that through, and some years ago decided that I'd had enough of working for others and maybe I should get out and do it myself. I think you need to have a passion for the business and love what the business does. Otherwise I'd struggle to get up in the mornings and come into work, and I do care passionately about the business. The most important things at the start are the basics really, so bank accounts, insurances. You've already got the good credible business model and the customer base. Having everything there to deliver on what you've promised to the customers. We had a motto of start small, appear bigger, showing yourself as a bigger entity, attracting a larger customer base, but being small enough, flexible enough to respond to the needs of the market, and at the same time keeping your costs down, which is the most important thing when you're setting out.
12 months on and Three Sons was thriving. The company was enjoying an impressive reputation. So how do you know when it's time to expand?
I think it's the right time to hire people and expand when people are busy. And secondly, when you're at that point where really your resources internally are getting to the point where they're not meeting the demand on them. Select candidates for suitability to the role, not on the fact that you like them, they're friends, or some other means. I think growing a business through referrals is by far the easiest and most cost-effective way of growing a business. You do a good job once, you're asked back again, the customer recommends you to another customer, and it's by far easier than active sales and marketing and door knocking. Within Great Yarmouth, there's lots of companies that export, so don't be afraid to talk to other companies in the region.
Training too has played a major part in Three Sons' success. This is Stuart Brand, once projects and operations manager, now operations director.
I don't think you can ever know enough. I think you'd be naive if you thought you did. With the ever-changing technologies, new directives, new government legislation, customer standards changing, you've got to keep in touch with these. If you don't, then you fall back, your competitors take a lead and you lose out. You've got to stay in touch with everything that's developing. Recent diversification we've done into the wind turbine industry. Without that training we wouldn't be getting the revenue from that business stream. But you also need to realise that the costs involved in these commitments are quite high. But you need to do it, because if you don't, then you're going to stand still and go backwards if you stand still in this industry. So you've got to always invest or put a portion aside for training, because it's what makes you stand out from your competitors. It's what gives your employees drive. It's what the key to success, really.
So what advice is there if the financial climate changes and choppier waters lie ahead?
I think when times are hard, people need to manage their cash effectively, so daily management of cash flow. Chase your debts hard and don't be afraid to get on the phone and chase people. And secondly, stretch your suppliers. Ultimately, that's what everybody does in tough times. I don't think in today's current economic climate it's important to be loyal to a bank. I think you need to shop about and get the best deal for you as a business that fits at that time. And don't be afraid to change at a later point during your business life. I think good advice from professionals such as solicitors, accountants, corporate advisors stands you in good stead for the future and certainly mitigates a lot of the risks that you come out against in business. And certainly the cost outlay at the front end far outweighs the potential cost to the business in the long run.
So, a tactical start, investment in training, and no fear when it comes to international business. 3 tips that could help your business plans to succeed. If you'd like more advice or support, have a look at the Enterprise GY website or contact Norfolk Chamber of Commerce.